Worksheets don't work anymore. Static slides with a lot of text, a lot of pictures, they are not engaging your students. Your online students want something more and they want to have fun. So, how do we do that? With games. We are going to teach with games. I have a fantastic Battleship game for you that you can use to review in your online classroom or you can use to teach and reteach. Yes, I said teach with games because we don't want to leave the game for the last 5 minutes of class. We want to have students have fun learning the entire class. And as they are having fun and they're engaged and they're participating, they're going to retain the information you are teaching them for a lot longer. And they're going to have fun and love your class. So I have the best game for you. It is Battleship, a digital version of Battleship. This game template, ready to go, ready to edit, is linked down below. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to play Battleship and how to edit your template. My students absolutely love this. My teachers who have bought this, their students absolutely love this game. They're engaged the whole time. So Battleship, how do we play this? First, let me show you what is entailed. So we have your game board, and I do give you 3 different game boards. That way you can play this over and over with your groups of students and the ships beneath these tiles, they have switched spots so your students can play again, and it will be a new experience every time. And then we do have question slides. There are 15 question slides, and these are for you to edit. Type your question here, add pictures, and like I said earlier, you can teach with this. So your whole small group of online students are going to be answering the same question at the same time. So you can work together to teach multiplication. So you can have, everyone solving the multiplication, drawing equal groups. You can draw on the screen. You can have pictures to support that and reteach and help correct as needed for every question. So you can spend time teaching while you're playing the game. It could just be a multiplication fact, fast fact, and you're here for a review. So you can use this for review as well. Any subject goes. You have a whole slide here to type in your information, add supporting pictures for your question or what you want to practice. Okay, we have our game board. So there are 2 different game boards, 2 versions. One you have with ships in the background, and the other one you have just numbers instead of ships. This one is going to be harder because when students see a number, they have no idea what direction that ship is going. So just more like the real board game Battleship. I don't know what direction that's going, so it's going to make it harder for your students versus that ship where they know what direction the boat's going in. Okay, so to start off, edit your questions. Click here, edit your questions. There are 15 of them. Next, you're ready to play. That's it. This engaging activity, like 20 minutes or less, however long it takes you to add in those questions. Okay, here's how I set it up for my students. I do always ask, have they played the game Battleship before? And that way, just give a raise of hands so I know who's had experience with this and who hasn't, just so I know, okay, I really need to explain this game. Or, okay, they get the gist of the game because they've all played it. I get a mix of both in my classes, some who haven't, some who have played. To start off, explaining to my students, I am on this slide. So the goal of this game is to find all 5 boats hidden beneath here. And what makes this more fun is all of your students are working together to find all 5 boats. So they're trying to beat the game. You can, in 30 minutes, have this completed or not, or if you want, to play for 10 minutes, maybe we can find 2 boats or 3 boats in 10 minutes, however you want to set it up. We're working together to find the boats. To look for a boat, you are going to give me a coordinate, so a letter, and a number. So, for example, if you tell me C3, this is the spot I will uncover to see if we can find a boat or a big red X that is a miss and we've just hit a bunch of water. And then I click to this slide. These are the 5 boats we are trying to find. We have a carrier, and our carrier is 5 spaces long. It's our biggest boat. We have a battleship, 4 spaces long. Our cruiser and submarine, they're both 3 spaces long. And our tiny but mighty destroyer is 2 spaces long. So that looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's how long our biggest boat is. And it can be side to side or up and down. And we have 1, 2. That's how big our smallest boat is. Here are our questions. Now, this one, I've done it both ways where I have let students pick the question. So the questions are in random order. And so that works really good for review where it doesn't matter the question order. And so I let each student pick a turn. So I just go in order how I see them on my Zoom screen, how they're lined up. So student number 1, pick a number. It doesn't matter what number, that's going to be our question. And then that's going to go to our question here. Before I go even further, in Zoom, I'm sharing a portion of my screen. That way I am free to edit and delete these. If I click this slideshow button, I cannot easily delete these off. So I just share a portion of my Zoom screen. If you're not sure how to do that, you can click this video up here and I will show you how to share a portion of your screen in Zoom. Okay, so we're at the question. You had a student pick the question. We are solving this, and this is where it's up to you. A review question, you're taking your time to practice this question. Let's practice. Let's find, all the adjectives in this sentence. Let's circle all the nouns. Let's solve this math problem together. Let's walk through the steps of a long division equation, and we're working together as a group to solve it. I'm showing the steps how to solve this one, and then maybe in a few questions. Now I'm giving them more opportunity to solve it themselves. So I love games because I'm still able to teach with games. If you have any questions about teaching with games, feel free to send me an email. Okay, so once we've answered the question, I do go back up to the board we are working on. So now I go through and I let every student tell me a coordinate. So that first student I see again, Kate, tell me a coordinate. They tell me E4, and then I just delete it off. Student number 2, H5, they tell me a coordinate, I delete it off. And the more you are excited about a game, the more they will be excited about a game. Oh no, I missed. Oh, I feel like we're so close. Okay, let's see. Next student, so and so. Let's see if we can find a boat. My fingers are crossed. So small groups, students, 5, 6 students, I let them each just pick one. If I have a smaller group of students or one-on-one, I do let them pick 2 coordinates. So they have more opportunity to be able to find all of the boats. So that's up to you on how many coordinates you want to let your students find. But I do find a bigger group, 4 to 6 students, I just let them pick 1 per turn. And then smaller students, they can pick 2 or smaller group of students. Okay, once we have all of our students have picked a coordinate, we go back to the question. So I can go back here. We can pick the next number, go to the next question. If your questions would be better in like a certain order, so you are spending more time teaching or scaffolding, your questions are getting harder as you go because you're teaching, then skip this slide and you pick the questions here. So they're in a certain order. We're going to go to that first question. Next question, I'm just going to pick slide the second question. And that way you have more freedom and flexibility with your questions. And because you are sharing a portion of your screen, your students will only see this section, this slide. So you have access to see all of this slides on the side. So to your students, it looks like you're just going to slide to the board, slide to the board. They're not seeing and being distracted by everything else. Okay, once your students have found a boat, oh goodness. Okay, here's a boat. I have played this a couple times. Okay, I have this little check box where you can check them off. So they found a boat, celebrate. Yeah. And remember, your students are working together. So if one student has uncovered a boat, the next student, please feel free. They can continue to uncover the boat. And I like to tell them and remind them, hey, we are working together. And so uncovered this first boat, this first piece. So you feel free to uncover the rest of it, or you can look somewhere else to see if you can find another boat. So I give them that option, but remind them they are working together. So you have uncovered a boat. I do like to click to our scoreboard and check off. Just hit that delete button. Yeah, we have found the carrier. Way to go. And we have 4 boats left. The Battleship, 4 spaces. Cruiser submarine, 3 spaces. And our destroyer, 2 spaces. And then we go back to that next question. And then answer it and then go back here. So you get to pick a coordinate in between every question you answer. And you play this as long as you want. 30 minutes is a good amount of time where your students should find all of the boats, especially if it's a bigger class. And if they don't find all the boats, don't worry about it. We're just like, oh, maybe next time we'll find them all. Or if it's an ongoing class, push it over to the next class and continue it until they find all of the boats. They really do like to find all of the boats. And I've done that as well. Started this game, and then the next class will be able to finish the game. Okay, you played this game. I'm super excited. The last question is, how do you get all of these squares back? You've played, you're ready to play it for your next class. We need to put them back. So what I do is, okay, first off, I'm just going to copy and paste, but these might all be deleted. So I'm going to keep this one off to the side here. That way, when all of these are deleted, it will look like this when you're done playing. You have this one ready to go. Just copy and paste it back for all 5 here. There we go. So that scoreboard's ready to go. This board, you'll always have a blank board. Not blank, one that you haven't used all the way. So I highlight all of them. I just clicked and dragged, control copy, and then I'm going to go back up to here, click and drag, highlight all of them again. You can see that blue box around here. Click backspace and then paste. And they are back, clean board, ready to go. Okay, and this is Battleship, a really great game, super, super fun. Again, this template link to the game ready to go is in my TPT shop. You can find it down below. And you can also find more games like this inside my Game Changer Club. And members in that club, they get 3 games a month, 3 brand new games a month that are ready to edit just like this, along with support on implementing the game in their classroom. We hop on a call once a month as a group, we answer any questions and we play the game together. That way you are fully like confident with the game, how it works, how the pieces all work when you go to play it with your students. Okay, you guys are awesome. Happy teaching. I can't wait to hear how it goes. Your students are going to love it, and I will see you in the next video.